I'm Mikhail Rose, and welcome to Iconix Radio. I am so excited about today's guest. Y'all, calm down in the back. People, sit down. Don't do that. We have the amazing, the most talented, the original Cowboy Killer is in the building. What's up?
Have me on, man. What's good? What's good? What's good?
How are you feeling?
Good. I'm good. I'm in the studio. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. Just made a song. That's how we feeling.
Man, I gotta do this because I said I would. You woke up this morning, and what did you do?
I woke up this morning. I was feeling myself. I was like, I'm gonna treat myself. So I went to Waffle House. Went to Waffle House, got me an all-star special. You know what I'm saying? Smothered, covered, chunked, peppered. Later, went to the Southern Thrift Store. Got me a new lamp for the studio. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Lit. You know, lighting is lit. Come on. Left from there, walked in the studio, made a song. That's it.
Wow.
That's
You went from going to Waffle House, getting the all-star special, one of my favorites.
Right. Got to.
You went to the thrift store, bought a special piece for your studio. It looks amazing. Like your studio setup is like life. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's got to be a creative. It's just got to be a sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Got to make it where the energy's right and it's clean, and that's why I like it.
Man.
You know what I mean?
And then you created music.
Yeah. Made a new one. I'm kind of fusing some banjos and some trap snares on this one too. So I know people are gonna be excited about this one.
Come on, man. Listen,
Come on.
let me first start off by saying thank you for your originality.
I appreciate that a lot. And it means a lot for someone to say like you're original. I think it's, there's so much out here that's the same stuff. So to be called original is a high honor. So thank you.
Man, listen, I know that right now we're like definitely on the frequency of like maybe 45 right now, because I want people to really talk right now, talk to you and listen to what you're about to say, because you're deep.
Let's talk about it.
I've got a chance to see some of your projects that are out there. The newest one right now is Long Live Cowboy.
Yes, ma'am. Full-length album.
Let's first start off with your name, Cowboy Killer.
Yes, ma'am.
Where does that come from?
Well, it comes from the 60s and 70s ads and the Marlboro ads with the Marlboro Reds, which I smoke still to this day, but I smoked very young. And I took that name to give ode to my father, who passed away from lung cancer when I was very young, and thought that it would be a good name to carry on. It was more like, I'm the cowboy killing myself. So that was more of like an ego death thing, but also, it's a competitive game. So I needed to have a moniker that stuck with me. So I knew that I was kind of the cowboy killer from the jump, and then to take on the name was a whole different beast. So I'm glad that most people get where I'm coming from with it. And then, it's hard to get this boy on the radio. So I appreciate it a lot.
Man, listen, let me first say rest in peace to your father.
Thank you.
And job well done for him, because what you're doing, like twisting up the music game, coming into the hip hop game, you spitting, like you're not rapping, you spitting, like
thank you.
You coming with it. So I was very surprised by the name, by your twang, Nashville, and then you spitting. So now we understand the name. Let's go in a little bit more into Long Live Cowboy. The title of that.
I knew I was going to have that title for a minute, probably a year, but I wasn't sure like what the final product was going to be. We just created it as we went. I want to give a shout out to Kaylin Ellis, my brother, Current Music, Solly, the producer, Walker Cass, people who really like contributed to this album, coming from Florida to New Mexico. It was a big move for me. So it was more like I'm solidified as the Cowboy Killer. When I put out the project Cowboy Killer, I was like, oh, here I am. When I put out this album, it was, I'm here to stay. And I need y'all to know, like, you can't kill me. There's no genre that I'm not willing to touch. and there's no beat that I'm not willing to kill. So nobody's safe out here. They're really not.
What'd you say? Ain't nobody safe.
Ain't nobody safe. And I no beat is safe, but I also think the industry is not safe because I'm putting a lot of things together that is going to push the boundaries and make people think for a second, hey, like, you know, maybe country and hip hop aren't that different, or maybe, you know, our cultures or where we come from aren't very different. And I'd like to open people's minds more than close them. So if we can have open minds about it, those are the people I love, and those are my fans. So I rock with them to the end. That's good for life.
Oh man.
Yeah.
One thing about it is music makes the world go around. Music makes the world come together. And that leads me into my next congratulations to you. Congratulations, because you are bringing country lovers, country music lovers, and you bringing trap lovers, and you bringing country rednecks and traps together, and they're like,
and they're in the same room, and they don't mind.
Turn it up.
They don't mind. Yeah,
they turn it up.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to me.
I love it. So my next thing will be, how do you describe your sound?
I would describe it as the Wild West. New Mexico built this sound. Florida created the sound, but I come from Appalachia, right? So when I was trying to put myself out as an artist, it was really just me being a white boy rapper. When I put it all together and I thought my history and where I come from has a sound, and I thought that would be really unique to put that together with guys who not only know hip hop in and out, but electronic, neo soul, R&B, Afrobeat, the Selection era of SoundCloud, 2015, 2017, the Florida rap scene that I was deep in. I used to just record those guys, and now I learned from them how to really approach a track, how to come at it. You know, you ain't got to spend more than 15 minutes and you can really make a hit. So I put a lot of time and effort into, okay, if I'm going to say something, let's step up and talk about where I'm from and what I know. And that's the whole point of hip hop. If you're lying, they know. And if you're telling the truth, they know. And that's a really important piece for artists to understand, is just tell your truth. And then that'll be your sound eventually. You know, whatever I hear people all the time trying to find a sound. And I just say, go from the place where you're from. So if you grew up listening to classical music, but you love trap music, and if you mix it together, it works. I'm telling you, it works because you just are being yourself. And that's the number one thing I tell artists. Number one.
Wow. So everybody that's listening, artists and abroad, get that pen and that pen, because my boy is dropping gems right now. Okay.
Take notes. Hey, I'm preaching, but I ain't no preacher.
Period. Come on, let's go. I guess what a lot of people would probably want to know is what type of music did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening, you know, it's funny. The first hip hop I heard was 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. And then I heard things like Soulja Boy and Wayne and Eminem. But I really, really loved Houston rap growing up, Slim Thug, Bun B. I loved listening to people from Chicago coming up. I loved Chicago rap. I loved drill rap. But there was really, you know, a couple country stations, classic rock, hip hop in my town. And so that was what I would dabble in. But I really was an iTunes LimeWire kid. So I really downloaded Lil Wayne Swag Surfing. Lil Wayne Swag Surfing gave me a virus, messed up my JavaScript, whatever. I couldn't get on RuneScape. I was really in that era when white boys were getting their ass beat for being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the same thing to me. It's just meshing it all together from what you listen to, you know?
Yo, when you said LimeWire, I was like, that's my boy right there. Like,
it's over. Yeah. Listen, some people know, some people don't, you know? So
I'm here for it, man.
I listen to everything. I loved Alan Jackson. I love the Dixie Chicks. I love Shania Twain, Brad Paisley. I listened to everything, man. And I was a huge emo fan as well. My stepsister was super emo. She used to put me on a My Chemical Romance. And I was really, really invested in just like hearing music, because when you're from like a small town and you see these artists who are like so big and they have $1 million videos, and dang, it's like, how did you get that wardrobe? How did you get all these people in a video? You kind of just wonder how it all comes together. And that was the first real inspiration to spark me to get on the mic, because I just want to hear myself and then see what it was like. So that's why I keep doing it. It's the thrill of like hearing myself. How do I sound on this? So,
man. And you based on all of the people that you literally just named, a lot of the artists,
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
And there's so many more. Like I couldn't get them all. Smino to the new era stuff is like really what inspires me today. And I see so many country artists using trap snares and stuff like that. I just really encourage them to make sure they stay within the culture and they know exactly what they're doing with these sounds. You know what I mean? So it's great to fuse things. There's no equation to it. Make whatever you want. That's what hip hop is, and that's what country music should be. But I'm definitely using a lot more words and phrases than you may have heard in traditional country, and a lot of people may say that's changing it up. But I like to change things up, and change is needed. So I'm here to do that.
Come on, change is needed. I love that. Oh, look, when we come down to Nashville, me and you go hang out.
We good. We good like that. We'll hit Broadway. Listen, we'll hit winners and losers. We'll hit the Tootsies. I know all this people, man. Let's pop out.
Let's get it. As an artist, what inspires you to make music the way that you do?
Well, I know people are listening, and I know people are affected by every single day life. They don't get to just walk into a nice, well-lit room and express themselves and create. They really have to bust at a job and put a lot of hours in to provide for people. So I kind of try to put myself in their perspective, but also just what do I know and what do I feel? I feel a lot of different things. It's not always just this high energy, unmatched, trying to persuade people that I'm okay all the time. It's really a emotional job, and I've put a lot of effort into being honest about my emotions wholeheartedly. I said a lot on the album too. I think people who listen to it would stop me and be like, hey, you really said everything. And I said, it's impossible to say everything. So what inspires me is try to make the thing that's very direct and specific, the song. And that's what it's really about. So if it's a sad feeling, that's okay. If it's a high energy feeling, that's okay. Come as you are. So
I love that. Do you play any instruments?
I do. I've played bass guitar. I played bass for a lot of cool hip hop guys too. And then I ended up trying to learn acoustic in the past year. So I want to be able to do my first show actually with acoustic guitar. So hopefully that's in the future as well. But I was never, I was actually a beat maker. So I used to sample vinyl. So I was into big boom bap, soul records. I grew up in Ohio. So it was the Ohio Players, Isley Brothers, the OJs. So stuff like that was really like in my record collection that I would chop and make beats on machine. And a really, really great guy put me onto that a while ago. And that's where I ended up getting my production start and understanding Logic and how to create music from a studio producer perspective. I'm more of a Rick Rubin. I'm not the guy who plays all the instruments. I'm the guy who gets everyone in the room and goes, Goose Rabba, and then we all create something.
Let's go.
That's usually my job. Yeah.
You said something and I want to back up. You're from Ohio.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, originally Southeast Ohio, the end of the Appalachian border, really. So it's about 45 minutes from West Virginia and about 20 minutes from the nearest Walmart. So yeah.
Okay, that says a lot. What was it like for you growing up?
I had a great childhood. I grew up on a farm. I had a mother who was very strong. She was a single mother. She had her flaws, but she tried. Let's see, we say in country music, mama tried.
Yeah.
She made sure we were provided for, and I was around horses, pigs, cows, rabbits, chickens, pheasants, every single animal you can think of. I love being out in the country, but it has a silence in the holler that you feel and you still hear. It's a lot of sorrow there, and a lot of people who are still stuck in what they feel like was the forgotten class and the forgotten people. And I put a lot of emphasis on moving to the city and meeting rappers and getting out of your town and doing something amazing. I encourage everyone to do that because you got to go see the world. So it was hard for me because I didn't meet a lot of people that were really like-minded or felt creative energy that I feel. So being in Orlando, Florida, being in New Mexico, being in North Carolina, being in Nashville, Tennessee, those are the places that have really, really allowed me to be around creatives. And that's the most valuable thing as a musician. You want to be creating with people. You don't want to be creating by yourself the whole time. So yeah, it's all these people come together and make these beats, and then I'm able to come back on my solo dolo and hit it the way I want to hit it. So it's a big blessing to be out of that town is a blessing, and to be from that town is a blessing.
Beautiful. So, when did you actually discover that you had the gift of music or writing, if you will?
But maybe an hour ago. Yeah, maybe an hour ago. Because you get it and then you lose it. You have the confidence.
I cannot deal with you.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be consistently thinking that you're the greatest thing ever, or that you're crazy enough to really like make it in the game. I have always believed wholeheartedly. I think that's why people like to be surrounding my energy and say, wow, if this guy can do it, I can do it too. That's at least how I feel about it. So, I was never a singer. I was never trained. I had never had a music instrument class in my life. I just really wanted to be around it more than everyone. And it shows. So if you want to be around it more than everyone, it'll show. It'll show.
Period. Yeah. I love that. What do you consider good music?
Good music is timeless music. Good music, I'll tell you this, a good song, it can be a good song as long as it's in key, but sometimes it's a good song and it ain't even in key. All right, so here's where I draw the line. It's a good song if it's honest. If it's honest, it doesn't matter. When Doja Cat said, "Bitch, I'm a cow," she really felt like she was a cow.
That's so true.
That's all it was. So it's a good song, and that's why people like it. When Alan Jackson said, "Remember when?" I said, tears roll down my eyes every time I hear it, because I know that he's coming from a place of only a grown man could write this song. Only a really broken person can write this song. It's the same thing on Guilty. That my album has a lot of tracks on there that I'm sitting back going, this is how I really felt in that moment. And I put it out there in a 3-minute context. And I think in 3 minutes, you can really, really change someone's day. So be honest about it. And it's a good song.
I so believe that. That is so true. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself at the CMT Awards and the BET Awards at the same time, like the same year. They might even be booked the same time. I might be like, all right, I got to hit one or the other. I'm going to BET, because I really do see myself in all avenues, being a force, being a player, finding the next guy from the hills who raps better than me, sings better than me, and has a really, really amazing, amazing story. That's what I really want to find. I also want to dive deep into fashion, brand deals, and I want Chris Stapleton and Lil Baby on my album. It's got to happen. If they're still popping by then, I think they will. But that's what I really need. I need both sides of the spectrum that complete me, that make me on the same project. And that's really where I want to see the game at. There's going to be more people who try to do that, and they already have tried. So that's super dope. I just think I'm going to do it better. So this is what it is.
I absolutely, absolutely love that. Your favorite track out right now from your album?
Guilty for sure. Guilty. Because not only the response, but I play that song and I'm like, I'm up, I'm at it. And I feel comfortable. Like if somebody goes, hey, what song should I play? I send them Guilty. I'll do my top 3. Guilty, 4 a.m. And there's a third song called Lone Wolf. And I talk a lot about my life on that particular song. It's very much a heartbreak country fusion with production by Kaylin Ellis. And Walker Cass, Miriam Cass at the end of that song doing backgrounds with me. Phenomenal singer and a very emotional record. Jaquay on the live strings, phenomenal record. Really, really love that record coming together. And it took a year and a half, so it means a lot to me.
Wow, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to have you. You always have a home here at Iconix Radio. Where can people find you?
Cowboy Killer, all platforms. You can go to goodforlife.org. That's GOODFORLIFE.org. You can check out the merch, the music from me and Kaylin. If you're familiar with Kaylin's work, he's worked with guys like Lupe Fiasco, Virgil Abloh, worked with the Selection Crew, producers like Deffy, The Count. Wow. Amazing, amazing sounds coming out of that corner. And then if you're really into fusion stuff or you want to hear something different, come hang out at the Cowboy Killer, get on the wild side and feel yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm really making out here. It's just stuff to feel yourself and to feel pain and to feel hurt. It's for the lost, the broken, the damned. The losers win again, man.
Man, listen, this has just been so amazing. I think you have covered so much, and I'm just so honored to have you on Iconic. I'm just so excited to talk to you, and just thank you for your originality.
Me as well. I was excited. I was looking forward to this. So thank you so much. Seriously.
Oh man. Well, before you gotta go, we gotta play a little quick game. We got like a few minutes left. So let's get ready to knock this out. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Who plays Fresh Prince?
Will Smith. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Keep my wife's. You know, if you were going to try to keep your wife's name out of everyone's mouth, you wouldn't slap Chris Rock at the Oscars.
No, not him. That wasn't the one.
Just want to put that out there. Just advice to anybody, you know.
Damn. Listen. Okay. On the Drew Carey show, what foreign country did Mimi send Drew to? A, China, B, Australia, or C, Germany?
I feel like I need to phone a friend right now. China.
You own it. That's it. You're right. That was it. Let's go. Okay. Last one. In 1993, Billy Joel released a single called The Blank of Dreams. A, Ocean, B, River, or C, Mountain?
So 1993, I was not born. Okay. I just want to say that. I was born in 96. River of Dreams.
Correct.
Got it.
I know his stuff.
My mom would have been so mad if I messed up the Billy Joel song. Oh, she would have been so mad. Oh, that was an alley-oop right there.
Hey, let's go. Okay, before we get ready to go, one thing I have to know, and I'm sure everybody wants to know, what's your favorite Western movie?
Oh, that's really tough because I love all the Clint Eastwoods. My favorite movie is actually, it's a terrible movie, but it means a lot to me. And It's Hopalong Cassidy. Go check out all of Hopalong Cassidy films. Really love those. He's from my hometown, and he's kind of what inspired a lot of my recent like aesthetic as far as some covers and some shoots I'm doing. So Hopalong Cassidy, but I like I'm just going to say any Clint Eastwood. And the Ballad of Buster Scruggs is great, but I love a recent one is what's that one with Jay-Z? With Jay-Z on the soundtrack. The recent one. That is really
The Harder They Fall.
Harder They Fall. That is really good.
Idris Elba.
I don't know why I'm not on the soundtrack for that.
I don't know either. But I know if they do it again, you better be on it. Stamp that.
Me and Joey Badass. Make it happen. Come on.
I love it. Guys.
I know you know him. I know. Mike Rose knows Jay-Z. Come on.
Let's go. Listen, Cowboy Killer, before we get ready to go, man, I just want to say thank you for coming on Iconics Radio. Big shout out to Grunge Cake, my boy Andy for definitely bringing you on, Richard Dean, the entire team over at Grunge Cake. Really quick, 30 seconds. Any last words you want to say before you get ready to get up out of here?
Follow me at GFL Cowboy. Shout out to Iconics Radio. Everybody out there, appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Welcome to the Wild West. Love.
Wild Wild West, baby. It's your girl, Mikhail Rose, with my newfound friend holding down Nashville. From the country to the trap to the hip hop, he just don't miss it, y'all. My boy Cowboy Killer. We'll see y'all later. Pew, 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 pew.
See you later. Wouldn't want to be you.
Let's go. Izzy out.